WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. You know a whiskey's expensive when the box has a box. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Athrú Annacoona. So this is a brand new whiskey, part of a trilogy. Whiskey base 126086, 149 euros, 180 something dollars for a 48% ABV, 14-year-old Irish whiskey. Now, Billy Walker, you know him, he's responsible for this. Billy Walker, he's the guy from Benriach, Glasgow that sold it to Brown-Forman and then brought the Glenallachie in Scotland. He's Scottish. What's he doing in Ireland? Well, long story. The Lough Gill distillery in Sligo, Ireland. You land in Dublin, you drive about 90 minutes over Galway, all the way across the island. You go up about another 90 minutes along the country roads and you come to Sligo. Whoever they are, bought the Hazelwood House. You can actually see this here on the bottle. One second. So, see that above? Let's get this in here a little bit more. Yeah, this is the Hazelwood House here, right above the barcode. And they bought the Hazelwood House as well as an old manufacturing warehouse behind it. So originally they made nylon there. In the 90s and 2000s, up until 2000, I think, 12, 13, they made VHS cassette tapes. Oh, let's have a factory where we have our Blu-ray and our DVDs, and let's make some VHS tapes. They actually made at this one plant over 65 or 60% of the entire VHS tapes for all of Europe there. Of course, it went bankrupt, and then the Lough Gill distilleries bought it, and they have now everything in place to have a distillery to have a capacity of 1 million liters a year. So the pot stills are in, the mash tuns are in, the lauter ton is there, and all the other things they're just setting it up. In the late summer of 2019, it should actually go online and start producing. They have the capacity to actually expand up to 3 million liters per year. So somehow, in between Billy Walker selling to Brown-Forman and him buying Glenallachie, they convinced him to become part of this as the master blender. So you can see his name here, Billy Walker. You can see his name here, Billy Walker. And he actually knows John Teeling, the father of Jack and so on at the Teeling Distillery in Dublin, very, very well, because in the 1990s, Billy Walker was a consultant after John Teeling bought his Cooley Distillery. And so they are old friends. Now, Billy Walker called up his old friend and said, hey, I need some barrels. And they said, okay, no problem. And between 2014 and 2018, between the July 2014 and 2016 and 2019, actually, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. They bought 500 casks. Some of these casks are from Jerez, Oloroso sherry. Some of them are from Cordoba, Pedro Ximénez, PX casks. Some of them are from Hungary, Toki with GI. That's a very sweet, heavy red wine. And most of them are ex-bourbon casks. The plan is to release 3 bottlings a year for the next 3 years. 3 times 3 is 9. So 9 times 150 is, ouch, my wallet is going to be empty. So this is edition or expression 1 here. And yeah. This has been for 11 years in ex-bourbon casks, and for the last 3 years it is spent in the Oloroso and PX casks, sherry cask. Distilled July 2004, September 2008, bottled, and today here in the beginning of summer, or summer 2019. It's coulis juice. Now, the very interesting thing is the story here. Now, every single bottle will have to do something about an Irish legend. And this is an Irish legend about Diamite and Gronya. They were lovers, and Finn McCool pursued and chased them all over Ireland until they finally found their demise up by Annacoona. There's a boar that came, and so who knows? I'm not really good at my Irish folklore, but that's the way it is. So there's always going to be 6,600 bottles released of all of these 9 expressions over the next 3 years. That's a money-making machine by the time they have their own spirit finished, ready to bottle. They've created their own brand. Good concept, well thought through. This is super premium. Even, I mean, look at the cork here. Real cork, very good. Real wood, and in the wood there's a little inlay here of copper with the A on it for the Annacoona, also for the Athrú, the first edition. Interesting, I have first expression 1, and here it says first edition. This looks like a book. It showed a little bit of copper and so on. Very, very well done. A lot to read here about chapter 1. There'll be chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 over the years. Once again, also here you can see the hazelwood, like how they did the barcode is integrated there, the hazelwood house. All right, so as you know, I always compare things. And I'm going to compare this today with another mighty whiskey from Ireland, the Irishman Single Cask, Single Malt, 17 years old, hand-picked by Bernard Walsh. This costs 99 euros in Ireland. Over here in Germany, it's, if you can find it, it's about 119 euros. So 119 euros versus 149 euros. Is it a fair fight? I'm not sure. This is cask strength. This is 56%. And this is 48%. All right. Both of these are heavy hitters. Both of these are excellent examples of highest quality Irish whiskey. All right. So first of all, the nose. I would not believe that this is Irish if you hadn't told me. Put this in a lineup of about Bunnahabhain, for example, with a sherry influence, you're going to go, oh yeah, could be. This is not your Irish whiskey. This is a totally other class of a whiskey. Wow, it's got some lemon notes in there, but it's got all this leather. It's got all this deep, dark plum, cherry, blueberry, overripe watermelon, a little bit of papaya in there. Very intense, very, very concentrated vanilla, and there's a wood spice in there. This is fabulous. This is a whiskey I just love to smell and enjoy for the next half an hour, to be honest. Oh, this is even better sometimes. This is more of a lighter tone. This is a little bit more of a... the first word that comes to mind all the time when I have the writer's tears as well as the Irishman is the champagne moment. The champagne of whiskey is what they want to be. And it's got a lighter, creamier, almost a fizzy type of moment. But it's got that deep, dark fruit sherry in there. I mean, these things are just top of the range. I mean, this is Champion League type of stuff. This isn't regional soccer or football. This is Champion League. This is Barcelona going up against Bayern Munich or against Milano there or against Manchester or Chelsea or whatever. This is these are the heavy hitters. This is fantastic. All right. So let's try the 48%. Athrú Annacoona First. Wow. There was an explosion of pepper in my mouth. Unexpected the first time. Oh, and that cools right. That's really so. Whoa! Oh yeah. It's really weird that. Oh yeah, and then it just keeps on going back to normal. Wakes you up. Very, very nice. Oh, dark, 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 dark plums, leather, a little bit of sweet wood, cedar. Normal notes I've never put in connection with an Irish whiskey before. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. The Oloroso, that dark with that, there's raisins in there, but they're not just the typical PX raisins. If I didn't know better, you could have said, hey, Jason, this is a Glendronach, a single cask 2003, and I would have went, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, It's that quality. What really throws me for the loop is the boom of alcohol in there, but it's such a long finish. It's so good. Comparison, the Irishman single cask 17-year-old, 56%, 48%. Wow. What's so silly is this is a lower proof in my mouth. There's less alcohol burn on 56% than 48%. The entire time, it's just a super supporting role this alcohol plays here. It's a lot more of a lemon lime tart compared to a deep dark plum. This is really, really nice. This is for me a 96, 97 point whiskey. And this is more like a 94 to a 95 point whiskey. Excellent whiskey. This is an A whiskey, not an A plus. Oh, I forgot. This is an A minus. The reason why is that boom in the middle that just hits you in the face with the alcohol. If that wasn't there, I would have given this a solid A, even maybe a little bit more. What I did in my other video in German is I diluted it down to 42%. I diluted it down to 30%. And I diluted it down to 18% roundabout. And it just kept on giving. This is such a concentrated flavor monster that even at the way below 20%, it still was oily, it still was creamy, it still was leathery, it still was exactly that whiskey, just diluted and a little bit turned down the volume. And that was what totally shocked me to death. Good. This whiskey, about 42% now. Probably 38% to be honest. That's good. If you tame this beast down to about 43%, it turns into this magnificent whiskey. That's the A whiskey. Without it, it's an A minus because that power, that punch is really not what I'm looking for. But apparently they want to do all their expressions at 48%. Come high tide or low water, I guess. This is a very, very, very good whiskey. An A minus absolute in my book. A to A plus, sometimes very, very nice. 149 euros. $180. A C plus. Value for money. This is something that if you can find, I would buy. A, why haven't you bought it? B, go buy it. C, please buy it if you want to. D, don't bother. F, why was that even made, right? So this is borderline, go buy it. Now, the problem is, if you buy one of these, I'm sure you're going to want the other 8 as well. We are hunters and gatherers, aren't we? And that's going to be an investment, to be honest. Yeah, having another 2,000 plus euros laying around in whiskey just in your collection. This is something that I'm curious about, and this is something I'm going to follow over the next couple of years, apparently. But this is not something that I'm going to share with my friends and say, hey, you want to try something very good? Look at this. This is something where I do my bottle share, and everyone can have it, and then they're all nice. Yeah. What else can I say? Oh, my question of the day. What is your best Irish whiskey ever? Number 1, Redbreast, 21-year-old. Number 2, The Irishman, 17-year-old. Number 3 for me was an independent bottling of a 17-year-old Irish Bushmills single cask from Black Rock. That was so good. This is going to be round number 5, maybe number 6 or number 7. I've had some awesome Irish whiskey, and this is almost up there with its A minus, but this is a very, 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 very good bottle of whiskey. Wow. If you can find it, my suggestion is please try it. Go to a whiskey fair, go to a bar, go to a friend and say, hey, I heard about this. This Athrú, this Annacoona, could I have a little dram, please? And you're going to experience the, oh, wow, and then, oh. Put a little bit of water in it, take off that edge, and just enjoy. It really does love the water. It really is such a concentrated collection of flavors and aromas. It can really deal with it well. Thank you very much for watching. WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American. My videos are published on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Every once in a while, there's a little live stream thrown in between. Please like, please ring the bell. And if you want to contact me, whiskyjason@gmail.com. All the best. Bye-bye.